As college students, we are undoubtedly affected by our personal finances. Obviously, we take on expenses such as tuition and books. Assumably, the rest of our expenses are things like rent or mortgage, food, some kind of transportation, as well as some kind of leisure or entertainment. With our education certainly on the forefront of our priorities, we should not let our expenses hold us back or become a burden. In order to complete our education with peace of mind about our expenses, we should consider budgeting, spending wisely, and saving for a financially savvy future. First, I'll discuss the idea of budgeting. A budget is a plan that causes you to sit down and look at ways you can use your money intentionally. Many people view a budget as dull and restraining, but Dave Ramsey, a highly accredited financial counselor, he's a television personality, a radio host, and author of some New York Times bestsellers on the subject. He's been featured on shows such as The Oprah Winfrey Show, 60 Minutes, The Early Show on CBS, and he says that when you budget, you'll actually experience more freedom than before, and that many people say they've found even more money when they created a realistic budget and stuck with it. How often should you or do you sit down and budget? You should take into consideration when you are paid or when you receive your regular income so that you actually have money that's ready to be spent. With this in mind, you should consider what works best for your lifestyle. Whether it be monthly or bi-weekly or weekly, it's whatever works for you. It's basically how often you want to sit down and adjust things. It's going to take a while to get the hang of your budget and for it to get regulated, so just be ready for that. But as mentioned before, there are basic expenses that most everybody has. As students, we need to consider our tuition and our books. Our basic needs that we all pretty much have are, housing and food and some sort of transportation. So we're going to start with these, and then you want to tailor your budget to your lifestyle. Inevitably, there will be some form of leisure or entertainment that's going to occur in your schedule, and it's important to consider that before the beginning of each month, so that you get to have fun and not just limit yourself to just your basic necessities. All of your income should have a place to go so that it prevents you from carelessly spending. So you get to choose how you want to track your money as you go. I personally like the computer website. It's called Mint, and you get to set up a budget, and it basically does it all for you. It even pulls up graphs and all that kind of stuff. You could do Excel spreadsheets, which is a little more personal. You got to do that, as well as envelopes and cash, and you could just track your transactions as you make them. But you want to make sure to include your expected income and expenses, as well as a column to record the actual amounts of those things. And you want to be able to calculate the difference so you can know how you did. So here's an example budget right here. And the green shows the expected total right there, and then the actual totals. And over here it says the difference. So this guy actually did a good job and made some money that month that he didn't expect to. It is an important accomplishment to set up a budget and plan to use your money intentionally. Now, the really big deal is it's not going to do anything unless you stick to it and spend smart. So when you do that, it's going to help you focus on your life without the stress of questioning your current money status. As you set up your budget each month, you should have considered different events that might occur that month, whether it be birthdays or planned times to go out with friends or trips you're going to be taking. It might be hard to say no to spontaneous plans and purchases, but there are ways that you can combat that. You should give yourself a little leeway or extra cushion of money in areas that you think you are more likely to spend a little bit extra in, whether that be restaurants or coffee shops or something like that. And you can also attend with constraint. You can be a part of the company but not spend money. There's also some creative solutions that will help you to live on the cheap too. You should keep an eye out for any kind of free or discounted food and activities. Some things that I know about are campus discounts, community events or discount cards, that kind of thing. So while spending, you need to prevent unnecessary debt. If you have credit cards or anything that has interest, you should pay those right ahead of time so that you don't end up paying more than you originally spent, which might involve sacrifices. Each time you budget, analyze your spending priorities and figure out what to spend or when to spend on what. If you're tight on money, you need to make sure you're meeting your basic needs first. It's important to be saving if your current income allows you to be doing so. Your savings can set you up for a less worrisome and a more positive and more prepared future. If you are meeting all of your basic needs and you have some money left over, you need to figure out where to put those things. It's important to consider net worth and what that means to you. Net worth is the value of your assets minus your liabilities, so basically how much money you actually have. The average American family's net worth has declined by nearly 40% between the years of 2007 and 2010 since the latest 2012 Federal Reserve study called the Study of Consumer Finances. The CNN Money Report states that this indicates that the recession wiped away just about 18 years of savings and investment by families. So it's always good to realize how much you personally actually have money-wise and make changes to your finances as needed. There are many smart ways that you can be prepared by saving money. It could be a car, whether that means you save up for repairs or replacement or any kind of emergency. You could have some expense, like X amount of expenses tucked away in case of an unexpected emergency, whether that's a loss of a job or sickness, disability where you wouldn't be having an income. And you could also have stuff for fun, like vacations or trips or expensive items and gifts, and also for your future, like vacations and, your house or your children, and then ultimately like their college or their weddings or anything like that. So, in conclusion, a budget is a plan that causes you to sit down and look at ways that you can intentionally use your money. Wise spending takes a load off of your shoulders regarding your current money status and even offers creative ways to have fun. And lastly, making saving a priority presents opportunities to be prepared for emergencies, plan fun trips, and provide for your future. When you're aware of your money, you get to live life more fully. Thank you. And this is my audience of 5 adults. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you so much and have a great day.